Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing on this early Saturday morning, 2/12? Less than 24 hours away from Easter Day. Saturday night. Why are you up? I tried going to sleep, and I couldn't go to sleep. Then I looked at the radar and saw what was coming in from the west. I'm like, yeah, I think it's worthy of a live stream. Anyway, guys, hey, thanks very much for joining me here. Now, there's no severe thunderstorm watch. I repeat, there's no severe thunderstorm watch for Wayne County. But we do have some storms to the west that have severe thunderstorm warnings associated with them. They're already at Highway 51, Washington County, going into Clinton County. So Centralia, Nashville, approaching Ashley. By the way, this is a live stream to where it is public as well. So if you guys want to go ahead and you guys could join me on there, you can. Let me just do something real quick here while I have a moment. Sorry about that. I was trying to make sure I was able to be live streamed on there. Just real quick. Thank you. So yeah, I couldn't go to sleep. I'll go to sleep eventually. So we got some severe thunderstorms to the west of us already impacting Nashville. It's right about there to your front doorstep. Already impacting Carlisle. I'll show you guys the radar in a moment here. But this is something that the National Weather Service in Paducah had forecasted. And so one of the things about this was it was supposed to be a threat in terms of, like this was going to be an overnight potential where you'd have some showers and storms. And this is what we're seeing here. So may not be able to hear the thunder lightning yet in Fairfield, but more than likely, possibly you could be seeing it off in the distance, possibly. By the way, here at my home base, say hi on the live chat if you want to. So let's go ahead and take a look at the radar here. I'll show you guys the information, show you what's going on. So we do have severe thunderstorm warnings to our west, and let's go ahead and we'll take a look at it. We'll start off with the one in Washington County, which is a part of the storm I was looking at. So at 2:11, this was 3 minutes ago, a severe storm was located 7 miles north of Nashville, moving east at 60 miles per hour. This cluster of storms has been moving at a pretty good clip, about 55 to 60 miles per hour net range. So we're talking highway speed here. Hazard is 60 mile per hour wind gust. It is a radar indicated threat. It also has a tornado possible tag with it. No mention of any hail with it, but locations impacted include Nashville, Oakville, Germantown, Albers, Walmack, Lovely Grove, Irvington, Ashby, Poston, Bartelso, Bocup, Hoyleton, Johannesburg, Hoffman, Damiansville, Covington, Ridgeview, Addyville, Oakdale, and Radom. This also includes I-64 in Illinois between exits 34 and 61. The storm is capable of producing damaging winds. Also a reminder, and I'll point to a recent example of this, but tornadoes can develop quickly from severe storms. Seek shelter immediately in an interior room on the lowest floor of a well-built structure. Again, severe thunderstorm warning. Again, this is for southern Clinton and Washington counties until 2:30 in the morning. It does have a tornado possible tag with it. And let's go ahead and zoom in. We'll take a look at that. We also have Carlisle. I'll mention that part of the cell here in a moment. But this right here is the cell. So I'll do a little drawing here. That way you guys can see the locations. Here's Nashville. Ridgeview is over here. We got Irvington. Centralia is over here. Now, there's no severe thunderstorm warning for Jefferson County yet, and it looks like they just issued one, the northern part of Jefferson into Marion County, and we'll get to that in a moment. So, but that is where it's at. Hi, Grant. Good to hear from you. When is it all coming? Okay. Grant is up past 2 a.m. So he's like me. He probably couldn't go to sleep, probably we'll say. But so I'm gonna target, let's do about the middle part of the cell here. So let's go. It was about 60 miles per hour. Let's set a storm track on it. So I'll drag this over here a little bit. That way you can see it. Hilton, 5 minutes. Again, it's about the heart of the storm where there's been some rotation with it, seeing a little bit of a radar indicated rotation with this cell. So I've got it about right where it's at. Let's see, Irvington, 10 minutes. Walmack, 12. Walnut Hill, 17. Dix, 22. Texaco, 25. Blueford, 34 minutes. Orchardville, 38 minutes. Keens, 38. Wayne City, 42. Sims, 44. Boylston, 49. Sisney, same as Boylston. Fairfield, about 53 minutes away from now. Again, this storm still got some miles to travel, and less than an hour it'll be here. Enterprise, we'll say at the same time. Barnhill, 54 minutes. Milshoals, 56. Merriam, 58. Mount Erie, about an hour away from now. Golden Gate, 62 minutes. So, but that is where that part of the cell has shown some rotation here. If we have any rotation within the cell, it's likely in this area right about the Hoyleton mark. So you have Hoyleton right here. That's where it's at. We're looking at the St. Louis radar site, and we may be, let me zoom out a little bit here. And as this, storm continues to move to the east, the further out from the St. Louis radar site, we'll go to the Evansville radar site for now. But since Washington County is part of that St. Louis sector, part of that St. Louis region, we're just going to use the St. Louis radar site for now. Let's go ahead and switch back over to reflectivity data. Let's take a look at the new warning that has just been updated there. Just been posted. Severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Clinton, southern Fayette, Marion County until 3 a.m. at 2:16. Severe storms are located along a line from near Boulder to 6 miles west of Irvington, or along a line from 8 miles east of Carlisle to 9 miles southwest of Centralia, moving east at 80 miles per hour. Yeah, this part of the line's moving at 80. That's high speed. 60 mile per hour wind gust. This is a radar indicated threat. Locations impacted include Centralia, Salem, Sandoval, Walmack, Central City, Odin, Kinmundy, Irvington, Patoka, Farina, Omega, Fairman, Stephen, Forbes, Station, Forbes, Lake up there, Shattuck, Boulder, Helm, Tonti, Laclede, Hoffman, and Iuka. Also includes Carlisle Lake. Also includes I-57 in Illinois between exits 109 and 135. Unlike the cell, unlike that cluster down to the south of it, this one does not have a tornado possible tag with it. Does not mention any hail at all, just mentions the wind being at 60 miles per hour, but still nasty looking though. And so that's in effect until 3 a.m. Again, this is from the National Weather Service in St. Louis issuing a severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Clinton, southern Fayette, and Marion counties. By the way, the Facebook live stream is public, so if you guys want to share it, you can. Grant, I hope I answered your question there, bud. Good to hear from you. Tell your family I said hello. Severe thunderstorm warning for Carlisle, by the way, that'll be expiring in 10 minutes. That was already there when I started the live stream. What's interesting was it says that one was moving at 55, and then you have this new severe thunderstorm warning in, and that's saying it's moving east at 80. Really has picked up the pace and the speed here. So here's that new severe thunderstorm warning. I know it's kind of maybe a little bit hard to see that yellow polygon warned area, but it goes, I want to say, hang on here. It's kind of a little bit odd how they did it. I think it goes up here like this, something like that. So here's Salem over here. I'll just go draw circles. Here's Salem. Here's Kinmundy. there's Vernon and Patoka. I'll group them close together, just a few miles apart. Here's Sandoval and Odin right here. This is Highway 50. Cuts right through there. Here's I-57, obviously a busy interstate. Even at nighttime, you have the semis traveling through. This is Highway 51. Snakes all the way up there. This is the 161 extension right here. So that is, those are the major routes, if you will, of Marion County. Look at the Evansville radar site, see what it looks like here. If anything here with this, and let me see if I go to St. Louis radar. I might have a little bit of a better, yeah. We'll stick with the St. Louis radar site for now until it gets a little bit further to the east. You'll see right here, see like this area down here, and the way it's looking, you do have a little bit of rain shower activity. I'm thinking here that the way it is, unless if this develops, it's a big word if here at this point, and it becomes, let's say this cluster right here, this may go north of Fairfield, but it's going to be a close call there. Mount Vernon, the way it looks, you may get clipped by some rain, but it looks like the worst of it is going to be going to your north, the way it looks. So Mount Vernon, Illinois is right here. Woodlawn is over here. Blueford, Keens, you're right here in this area. Fairfield, you're over here. Bonnie is down here. Here's Dix, by the way. Dix is probably likely going to get clipped on the south side. Salem, you're right here. This is knocking on your doorstep. Sandoval, Odin, you guys are over here. Okay, we have a special weather statement. And you may have saw this little blue right here. You may have just saw that just now. So you have this blue right here. So let's go ahead and see what the information is as a special weather statement. Doppler radar was tracking a strong storm over Irvington, 8 miles southwest of Centralia, moving east at 60 miles per hour, still moving at a fast rate. Wind gust up to 50 miles per hour. Again, this is radar indicated. Gusty winds could knock down tree limbs and blow around unsecured objects. Again, Dix is in that special weather statement. I-57 between mile markers 100, 105. I-64 between mile markers 63 and 69. And so as we see right here, you could actually see it's for this part of the line, this part right here. You may also include a little bit of the Nashville as well, so we'll include that. So that's a horrible circle, and that's what I get for trying to be Picasso a little bit here. But you could actually see how you have this special weather statement, and then you have this right here. So it's more focused on this, while the worst of it from right about here all the way up there, it's going to likely, again, it's going to veer to the north. Now, if I am over in Johnsonville, Sisney, even Mount Erie, I would keep an eye on it. Flora, if this holds itself together, if it holds together, could be impacted by this. Louisville. Now, Clay County is not underneath a severe thunderstorm warning. I want to reiterate that. Clay County not underneath a severe thunderstorm warning. But I would say, so here's I-57 again. I would say if this, again, continues to hold itself together, I would say when it is on top of 57 or even getting closer to that Marion County line. So we're talking the county line right here in this area. I think it's where could see a severe thunderstorm warning being issued. See if there's another update on that. No, that Washington County severe thunderstorm warning ends in 4 minutes. And last update was 2:11. Its time is 2:26. And this thing's moving fast, by the way. It's a fast-moving line of storms. Yeah, I was trying to go to bed, trying to go to sleep, and all of a sudden I saw that. I'm like, yeah, let's do a little weather coverage here. And as we play this back here, we're going to do some animation here for a moment. Looks like it's going to go. Now, it says it's moving east, but the more you look at it, here, it's kind of going, and I'll draw a line here. It's kind of going this way, like this part right here. And so it's going that way, it looks like. And so it's like it's moving east, but it's moving like east-northeast in a way. So that's where it's at. So here it is again, just to show you what I'm looking at here. You just kind of see it kind of going this way. So, and again, it depends what it's doing, but obviously what I just circled here, and we'll circle this area, this is the strongest part of the cell. Now it looks like it's trying to extend a little bit. You just kind of playing back the radar here over time. Whoops. I'll stop the animation here for you, but it's trying to extend a little bit further down here to the south. So trying to form some more storms down in between Nashville and Ashley. And so we'll have to keep an eye on it. And that also means more territory, potentially more villages and communities. And that's if it strengthens, that is. Now, if it weakens, okay, we'll take it. That would be good. But if this does weaken a little bit, then it's going to be where, if it's still weak, I don't see a warning being issued for Wayne County unless if it were to strengthen. But again, that's a big word, if. But something to take note of here, because whenever you start to see storms extend, we always have that possibility. Try to extend a little bit further south. We do have some storms, by the way, over here in Missouri. Not severe at this time. Light, moderate rain all the way up there. But obviously the cells that are moving across south central Illinois are under the gun right now. We got Salem. They've updated this. Okay, time is 2:29. At 2:21, severe storms were located along a line extending along a line from over Fairman to over Walmack, or along a line from 11 miles northwest of Salem to near Centralia, moving east at 70 miles per hour this time. So now they bumped up the wind up to 70. It was 60. So they bumped it up by about 10 miles per. Radar indicated at this time. And we'll take a look at the velocity data on this in a moment. You can expect considerable tree damage. Damage is likely to mobile homes, roofs, and outbuildings. Locations impacted include Centralia, Salem, Sandoval, Walmart, Central City, Odin, Kim Mundy, Irvington, Patoka, Farina, Omega, Fairman, Stephen Forbes Station, or Forbes Lake, rather, Shattuck, Boulder, Helm, Tonti, Liquid, Hoffman, Iuka. Also includes Carlisle Lake area as well. Also includes I-57 in Illinois between exits 109 and 135. So now it has a considerable damage threat tag with this. And let's go ahead and take a look here at the velocity data so we can actually see. And there it is. So there's the strong wind. This is the wind right here. This is the wind that is getting it to be in that 70 mile per hour range. And let me go ahead and check here and see if there's maybe some damage reports that have come in. I'm going to take a look at another radar site, so give me a moment here. Let me see here. I'm actually on the wrong. Let's move back up here a little bit. There we go. I want to see if maybe there's been some reports of damage up there. Belleville area, by the way, this is at 1:36. I know it's almost an hour ago. Belleville had a report of half-inch sized hail. Southwest of Freeburg, half-inch sized hail as well. I know that was almost an hour ago, but I've not mentioned a lot of hail. Mainly just been the wind with this. The severe thunderstorm warning for for Washington County has been allowed to expire. But then you're seeing right here, here's that pocket of wind. It's kind of blowing out a little bit. I remember what I've said about when you have storms that exhibit that bowing out activity, that means that you're going to have strong wind. Salem right now. All right, Salem getting clipped by this severe storm. It's moving through Salem. So there's that wind. There's that wind pocket right there. Let me see if I could also give me a moment here and see if I can actually. Yeah, radar indicated. So yeah. Those of you in Salem maybe waking up, probably have some people over Salem waking up wondering what's going on outside, and they have a storm that's bearing down on them right now. So there's the storm. No warning for Clay County yet. And there it is. As soon as I said that, bam. All right, yeah, they're issuing warnings ahead of this thing. So right now we got Flora, Louisville, Olney underneath a severe thunderstorm warning, and it's for that same cell moving through Marion County. So here it is. National Weather Service in Lincoln has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southwestern Jasper, western Richland, Clay County, and southern Effingham County until 3 a.m. at 2:29. A severe storm was located over Odin or near Salem, moving east at 70 miles per hour. So it's picked up the pace again. Now this thing's chugging at about 70 miles per hour. 70 mile per hour wind gusts are the hazard. This is a radar indicated threat. You can expect considerable tree damage. Damage is likely to mobile homes, roofs, and outbuildings. Now, this severe storm will be near Xenia at 2:45. Time right now is 2:34. Got about 11 minutes to go for you in Xenia. Also, Louisville and Flora. And we'll also mention some other routes as well that will be impacted by this severe storm. Also includes I-57 between mile markers 142 and 147. Just a tiny part of I-57 is in the northwestern corner of Clay County. But again, this does have the considerable damage threat tag with it, 70 mile per hour winds with it. And so they are National Weather Service already issuing warnings ahead of time. So let's go ahead and break it all down here for you. So here is the Polygon, the new severe thunderstorm warning Polygon that just was issued by the National Weather Service. And there it is. Louisville, you're over here. Flora, Clay City. Olney, you are just right there on the edge of it. I know that it cuts through half of Olney. We'll say Olney's in the severe thunderstorm warning. Newton is right there as well. I would also include Newton in the severe thunderstorm warning as well. Bible Grove is up here. Sailor Springs is over here. We got Noble over here. Xenia is over here. I mentioned Xenia first, about 2:45. So here is the line already about to impact Iuka and Omega. Iuka, I just circled Iuka. It's right there. And so let's go ahead and mention I mentioned I-57, which again is that northwestern corner of Clay County. And already I-57 getting impacted by this severe storm. Oh, we got a tornado warning. It just got issued for the eastern side of Marion County, including Salem and Iuka. So things are becoming more interesting here with this cell. Here's Highway 50, by the way. We'll get to that tornado warning in a moment. And there's Highway 45 up here cutting through Clay County. So you also have the Clay City Dietrich Blacktop Road over here. That's a frequently traveled country highway. You also have Highway 250 over here. You also have the Noble Wynoost Mount Erie Road down here. And then you have the 161 extension, which is not part of the warning, but it is not far from there, just to the south. But tornado warning, this is radar indicated. So National Weather Service in St. Louis has issued a tornado warning for northeastern Marion County until 3 a.m. At 2:35, a severe storm capable of producing a tornado was located 6 miles northeast of Salem, moving northeast at 65 miles per hour. Though this is radar indicated threat, radar indicated tornado warning. And locations impacted include Salem, Kinmundy, Omega, Stephen Forbes Station, Iuka, Alma, and Brubaker. This also includes I-57 near exit 127. So again, as a precautionary preparedness action, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a well-built building away from windows. If you are outdoors in a mobile home or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. So again, a tornado warning issued for the eastern side of Marion County. When that one just came in, that one's in effect until 3 o'clock. So, and then you have the severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued for the southern part of Effingham, a little bit of Jasper County, along with western Richland and Clay County. So this is part of the cell they have to keep an eye on as they're getting closer to the Marion and Clay County line. Let's go ahead and zoom out a little bit here, and let's take a look here and see what the velocity data shows here. And it would be this area right here. So this area within the tornado warning. So here is Omega. Here's Iuka. Salem, you're over here for now. Kinmundy is over here. But again, it's this part of the line is what the National Weather Service is focused in on for the possibility of a tornado that could potentially try to spin up. If we have any rotation, and I stress the word if here, and another thing too is, I think given the nature of this cell, and we are getting closer to the outer edge of the St. Louis velocity radar, and we'll switch to Evansville radar site in a moment, but if you had rotation, again, rotation could be anywhere within this line, within especially this part of it right here. I would say the Omega area would be probably the better bet here, just because you're starting to see more the darker reds, a little bit of the yellow side by side, a little bit right there. But any part of that line could spin up a quick tornado, a brief tornado. So, and already getting closer to that Clay County line. Fairfield, so far, so good for you. It looks like it's going to stay to your north, but then to the friends along and north of Highway 50, I'm looking at areas. I'm looking at Flora. So here's Flora right here, Clay City, Sailor Springs, Louisville, Oskaloosa. Underneath the gun, Xenia. I've not just mentioned Xenia a few moments ago. Xenia is under the gun. And again, this is the tornado warned area of the line. Let's see if there's an update on this here. Maybe it says it expires in 20 minutes. But Salem, you're on the back side of this line right here. The greater threat is to your east. Sandoval, Odin should start to see some clearing out by now. You're probably still hearing some thunder and lightning a little bit, but obviously the heavier stuff has already moved past you. Mentioned Nashville earlier, Washington County. You guys are good, by the way. We do have more storms, by the way, to our west. This isn't the only thing here that we're keeping an eye on, but we have this activity. It's not severe so far. This, if we have a main event of the night, this is it. Again, this was forecast by Paducah. We're seeing this overnight threat. Fairfield, by the way, just want to highlight, Fairfield is over here. Mount Vernon, Illinois is over here. This line is going to go north of Mount Vernon. You can definitely see it kind of making the northeast turn here. And so, but obviously for our neighbors in Xenia, Flora, Clay City, Louisville, Sailor Springs, Bible Grove, Oskaloosa. Oskaloosa is starting to get the storm right now. This is actually where it's likely going to impact. So it's going to pretty much hug Highway 50, which is right here, pretty much just along and north of Highway 50. But still, though, an interesting situation with that tornado warning, which is radar indicated for the cell in Marion County. I want to see if there's an update to this, and yes, they did update it. So at 2:38, again, a severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 3 a.m. for southwestern Jasper, western Ridgeland, Clay, and southern Effingham counties. At 2:38, a severe storm was located over Omega, 7 miles northeast of Salem, moving east at 70 miles per hour. 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. This is a radar-indicated threat. Expect considerable tree damage. Damage is likely to mobile homes, roofs, and outbuildings. The severe storm will be near Xenia at 2:45. Time right now is 2:42. You got about 3 minutes to go for Xenia. Louisville, Florida, about 2:50. So you got about 8 minutes to go here. Other locations by the severe storm include Wakefield, Wendowen, Ingram, Iola, the Florida Airport, and Horde. Also I-57 between mile markers 142 and 147. It does have the tornado possible tag with it. Because again, that this storm has showed radar indicator rotation. I felt like the rotation was stronger in the Omega area. But any part of that line could briefly spawn a tornado. And it's nighttime here, folks. This is the overnight hours where visibility is so low that tornadoes are often difficult to see at night. So, but it does have that damage threat considerable tag. And again, wind 70 miles per hour. Hail, I've not mentioned a lot of hail with this because the hail has been really minor, I guess you could say. It hasn't really stood out, kind of like what we saw, if you recall, back about mid-March where we had some hail in our area, some big hail, but not really, the hail has been pretty small, but over in the Metro East area, they did report about half-inch hail, so, which does not meet the severe criteria, which would be quarter inch or larger. But again, that is where it's at, so. But again, tornado warning for eastern Marion County. Radar indicated threat should be expiring here before long, but about 16 more minutes. And then there's a severe storm. So let's go ahead and take a look here. Let's go to the Evansville radar site. We're getting closer to it. And yeah, this has definitely got a much better shot of it now. We were on the St. Louis radar site. So here's the line. Here's the line right now. It's already impacting Oskaloosa, Xenia, right there at your back door. Louisville, Florida. You're probably waking up if you know some people up there in that area. May want to give them a call or send them a text letting them know that they got a storm that's coming in that has shown signs of rotation with it. No confirmed tornado on the ground that we know of at this time, but has shown some rotation in the past. So here is the wind pocket right here. Or you can say wind field, whatever, but I always say, like, here's the wind of the storm. So it's this right here. And this is, again, for the Evansville radar site. We were using the St. Louis radar site, but because the storm is moving out of the St. Louis radar coverage area, now we're looking at this for the Evansville radar site, Gibson County, rather. Florida, you're over here. Clay City, you're over here. Louisville, over here. Oskaloosa, starting to get the wind. Iola, you're about to see the storm coming in. You're probably getting some rain right now up there in Iola, but again, you got some strong wind coming in from the west. Bobber Grove, Sailor Springs, all quiet for now, but again, you got this wind that's coming in from the west. Severe thunderstorm warning for Marion County. Going to be expiring in about 14 minutes. Special weather statement for northern Jefferson County also expires in about 14 minutes as well. So far for Fairfield, you guys are good at the moment. Our neighbors to the north, experiencing a severe storm that has shown tornadic activity, especially with rotation. Nothing confirmed on the ground, but has shown that this part of the line right here has shown again some rotation with it in the past. By the way, the Facebook live stream of this is public. You guys could share it. So maybe if you know someone from the Clay County area that may be up, or maybe like they're starting to hear the thunder and lightning, maybe been woken up by the storm and want to tune in for weather coverage, they can. I know I got some friends, some coworkers up there in Clay County. By the way, guys, feel free to say hi if you want to. Thank you, Jill. Appreciate it. I'm tired. I was gonna go to bed and I couldn't go to sleep, and now I'm starting to feel the tiredness. I guess you could say I'm starting to feel it here a little bit. Time right now is what, 2:47. So one thing's for sure though, it's Saturday. I'm gonna be sleeping in. No alarm set. Wake up whenever I wake up. Maybe, or also people in the live chat probably probably too tired to post a comment as well. Probably that could be another thing too. I guess severe thunderstorm warning, tornado possible, tag, damage threat considerable. Again for southwestern Jasper, western Ridgeline, Clay, and southern Effingham counties until 3 a.m. Time right now is 2:48. We've got about 12 more minutes to go of this severe thunderstorm warning. Radar indicated tornado warning for eastern Marion County. That expires at 3 a.m. as well. Would not surprise me given how you have this pocket of wind, strong wind. Would not surprise me if there would be a severe thunderstorm warning issued at some point for Lawrence and Crawford counties. So it's a little bit of a Jasper County as well. So Robinson, Lawrenceville, Aldie. I still think Aldie's in that severe thunderstorm warning. Did not list Aldie, Newton as well. Definitely would keep an eye on this as it's moving to the east-northeast. Let's take a look here at the velocity data. We'll see where that pocket of wind is at. So here's the wind. This is the strongest wind within the storm. Louisville right here, Florida right here. Xenia already getting impacted by the wind along with Oskaloosa and Iola. Bible Grove, Sailor Springs, Clay City, Noble. You guys are right there. Here's Highway 45. It's about to be impacted by the strong wind. It's all labeled at Highway 45. This is Highway 50. Cuts right through southern part of Clay County. And then you also have, again, the Clay St. Dietrich Blacktop Road as well. Enterprise Road. This is for those of us in Wayne County. But that is, those are some of the major highways. I know there's also Louisville, Sailor Springs. I do know there's that country highway as well. I know there's that little country highway, Bible Grove area. So good news, as you may have just saw on here, live stream, the tornado warning that was for eastern Marion County has been done away with. Certainly good news there. Hope that there's no damage. By the way, guys, I'm also on YouTube as well. Matlock. I like the name. I watched the TV show before. Andy Griffith. I had to think for a moment. I was about to say Andy Taylor. Well, he was Sheriff Andy Taylor. He was. But Matlock, thanks for being a subscriber to YouTube. One thing about Ben Matlock, he always liked hot dogs. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 3 a.m. for southwestern Jasper, western Richland, Clay, and southern Effingham counties. It's a tornado possible tag with it. 70-mile-per-hour wind, also damage threat considerable. Again, it's moving east at 70. So not only is it packing strong wind, but also it's really just chugging along. Let's see. There's an update on this. 250 severe storms are located along a line from 10 miles east of Farina to 11 miles northeast of Helm, or along a line from about 25 miles northeast of Salem to 20 miles east of Salem, moving east at 70 miles per hour. Emergency management reported this. So we have a source, emergency management, reported this as they're out and about. We wish all of them safety, along with any local and county law enforcement that may be out and about, along with the linemen as well, that may be trying to restore power to areas that do not have power. Again, locations impact include Kim Mundy, Farina, Omega, Stephen Forbes Station, Helm, Laclede, Iuka, St. Peter, Rubiker, and Lagodi. But this is actually starting to move out as that wind has already moved out of Marion County. Louisville getting hit by the storm. Flora, it's right there on your back door. Clay City, Sailor Springs. Sailor Springs maybe get a little bit of rain, but Clay City, though, nothing going on right now. But again, you got a cell, you got a line that's coming in. So here's the line right here. Louisville getting impacted, Oskaloosa, Iola. If there is one good thing about this, I always try to find the silver lining when it comes to severe weather, when it comes to storms. At least it's where it's fast moving, but it's going to be quick in terms of you're going to get some rain, you're going to get some thunder, lightning, some wind. But it's a quick, whoa, excuse me, I did not mean to do that. We saw the whole world for a moment. This mouse, I'm telling you, I hope they invent a better mouse than this. But I will say that man, this is what I get for being up at 3 a.m. Was it Matchbox 20? It's 3 a.m. and it must be lonely. Someone crank up that song, by the way, when it gets to 3 a.m. Or just post the lyrics. I don't care. I'll sing along if I have to on this live stream. What I was going to say was, moving fast. Again, you will have wind. You will have some heavy rain, thunder, and lightning. But again, it's a fast-moving storm. It keeps chugging along. But Emergency Management Marion County reported it about the 70-mile-per-hour wind gust. For those of you in southeastern Illinois, Fairfield, Albion, Mount Carmel, Carmi, McLeansboro, you guys are good. Mount Vernon, Illinois, you guys are good. So pretty much along and south of 161, pretty much you guys are rocking. You guys are having a peaceful night. We do have rain and storms to the west. I want to go ahead and zoom out here while we have a moment. We'll go to the St. Louis radar site just to show you. But so far, anyway, not severe. They're kind of moving in that same trend, that same direction as this line of storms is moving through right now, moving through the Florida Clay County area. May have to mute my mic for a moment because I feel a sneeze coming. So I'm going to go ahead here. Let's take a look and see how this actually traveled, this cluster of storms real quick. Because I've not really been, to be honest, I have not really been watching it. So, okay, let's It's traveled quite a bit. Springfield, Missouri area looks like. Interesting. So it's traveled quite a ways to get here. Now, whether it produced any warnings down there in Springfield, Mo, in that area, I have no idea. But that is interesting to note how it's traveled quite a far distance. And now here we are, and it's right here. So again, I feel a sneeze coming on. It's driving me crazy. By the way, guys, if you're up right now, you could actually blame me for this. Actually, you could just say I just happened to log on to YouTube or Facebook, and Derek sneezed, and I woke up as a result. There you go. Let's take a look at the wind and see where it's at right now. Starting to see less of it here. I'll show you what I mean. We just play it back. You actually see how this wind is just starting to just kind of dissipate. Sailor Springs, mainly it's confined over here because earlier it was quite large. It was about pretty good size. But now it's like a before and after pick a little bit. You guys know what I'm talking about, like a before and after pick. So this is actually the wind. When it was over here in this area, it was quite, it's quite a bit, but now it's over here. So very interesting. So we're starting to see that wind starting to die down a little bit. Louisville, Florida, severe thunderstorm warning out for you, but that expires in 2 minutes. We'll see. This will be Lincoln. So we'll see what Lincoln does with Richland County and Lawrence County. Olney, again, I consider you to be in a severe thunderstorm warning with this one because obviously it cuts through the city. So Newton, obviously, in a severe thunderstorm warning. Was a tornado warning. Radar indicated threat for Marion County, eastern side of Marion County. Again, that's been allowed to expire. Emergency Management and Marion County did report 70-mile-per-hour wind gust with it. But again, that velocity data, the signature, it's not nearly as pronounced as it was when it was on the eastern side of Marion County and entering Clay County. So it could be on a weakening trend, which is good. It's always good. Oh, okay. And we just had a new severe thunderstorm warning being issued from Lincoln. Severe thunderstorm warning for southern Jasper, northern Richland, central Clay, southeastern Effingham until 3:30 at 2:59. Severe storm was located near Sailor Springs, 11 miles northeast of Florida, moving east at 70 miles per hour. So still maintain a 70-mile-per-hour track, 60-mile-per-hour wind gust. Radar indicated severe storm will be near St. Marie around 3:15. Very rural area there. But St. Marie, though, have the, what was it, the Town Talk restaurant, I think, or Talk Town restaurant over there. You get for your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Notice also if there's, again, some positive news with this, there's no tornado possible tag, and the considerable damage tag is not there either. So those of you who've been watching me for a while, you may have noticed that. So again, that is certainly encouraging news that, well, I pointed out in the velocity data, it looks like the storm is losing its strength. It's losing its wind here. It's losing its energy a little bit as it continues to move to the east. I mean, obviously still a nasty looking storm, but to have, look at the velocity data, and we'll go ahead and play this back here. We'll go back another extra frame or two, but you can actually see how it just see how that wind is starting to die out here. It was pretty strong when it was over there in Marion County, but as soon as it entered Clay County, it just started to dissipate. And that's good news. We will certainly take that. I wouldn't want to face this thing at night either. If I was traveling out and about, or, or I happen to wake up at home and be like, what in the world's going on? Sisney, you guys may be having a thunder shower in your area. This cluster has been trying to extend to the south, and so far it's really been a no-go with it. So this severe thunderstorm warning expires in about 28 minutes. So for those of you in Xenia, Iuka, Salem, you guys are in the all clear, by the way, in case you have not heard. But Newton, Willow Hill, that area. And this severe thunderstorm warning is going to be to the north of Albany, and it just continues to move to that east-northeast track. So let's go ahead and draw a little bit here. So here's Highway 130. Here's Newton up top here. Here's Route 33. Highway 49, Willow Hill, St. Marie, extends all the way down. St. Marie is over here, by the way. I know there's also the it's a country highway, but you also have Noble cutting right through, and this country highway goes all the way just a few miles west of Newton. It meets up with Highway 33 up there. Sailor Springs, already underneath the gun here, you do have a severe thunderstorm warning. You're probably experiencing some wind. We'll take a look at the velocity data here in a moment. Highway 50 is down here, by the way. Highway 50, a little bit with that severe thunderstorm warning, but Flora, you guys are in the clear as the heavier activity is to your north and northeast. Let's take a look here at the velocity data. And there it is. So we do have a little bit of pockets of some strong wind about the Sailor Springs area. Kind of extends all the way up here to Bible Grove. So right about this area right here is where it's at as it keeps moving to the northeast. And again, it just looked, again, it was quite a big patch of strong wind. And I'll play it back for you again here if you just happen to join me. You actually see how it just looked pretty big over once it got into Marion County. But then once it got into the Oskaloosa area right here, like I'm going to put down this. I know it's going to be kind of a thing here. So it was strong over here. But over the course of time, as it kept moving to the northeast, it just got weaker once it got in this area right here. So again, losing its punch, which is a good thing. We will certainly take that. But the storm certainly, again, has produced wind up to about 70 miles per hour. So also at night, if you happen to be traveling, there may be, again, a possibility where you could have like a down tree, some down limbs on the road. So something to keep in mind about, like even like some down lines. So please do not touch any down lines. I'm going to go ahead and see. I've not checked this out yet. I do not have Ameren. I don't have Ameren's outage map. Wayne White, I do have it up. So far, no one has lost any power so far, as they kind of extend a little bit up there in the parts of like the southern part of Clay County there. And it's a little bit slow to get up there, and I apologize for the customer summary being in the middle of this, but you do have over here, you do have Flora being included with that, and so far, no outages reported. So certainly some good news there, and we'll get that fixed eventually with that outage map. They'll try to figure out how to fix that. Still got a nasty looking cell moving to the northeast across south central Illinois. Fairfield, you guys are good. Let's go highlight some communities here. Fairfield, you're down here. Albion, you're down here. Mount Carmel, you're down here. Lawrenceville, you're down here. Albany's going to go to your north. You may get some rain, maybe a little thunder shower activity, but the worst of it is going to be to your north. Mount Vernon, Illinois, you guys are good. Salem, obviously the storm moved through you. You guys are good as well. So pretty much southeastern Illinois is good. We do have some rain to our west, but it's not severe. We'll zoom out here again just to kind of show you the St. Louis radar site, which has a better angle of it. You actually see just pretty much light, moderate rain, a little bit of heaviness right there, but otherwise, certainly not in the same atmosphere as this one. An update here at 305, severe storm is located near Bogota, 10 miles southwest of Newton, moving east at 70 miles per hour. Still trucking along here, 60 mile per hour wind gust, radar indicated threat. Time is 3:07, St. Marie be about 3:15. You also have Wakefield, Wendell, Hunt City, Dundas, Sandpar State Park, Ingram, West Liberty. I would also include Newton as well. County seat of Jasper County. So again, cell moving to the east at about 70 miles per hour. Time right now is 3:07. At some point, it's starting to move out of the coverage area I serve here. Gotta go to bed here in a few minutes. I am starting to get tired. Probably go to bed about probably shut down the live stream about 3:15. If the cell continues to move to the northeast, probably going to see a severe thunderstorm warning likely. Here's Robinson, there's Flat Rock, there's the only oblong in the world, there's Palestine, Hudsonville's up here. Could see this continue moving northeast. And again, Crawford County, parts of Crawford, northern Lawrence, maybe southern Marshall County, I think. No, it would be, no, not Marshall. It would be Marshall, I think. Yeah. We'll go along with that. You guys are going to could see a severe thunderstorm warning being issued for that area right there. Possibly. But the one thing is, again, it has gone down. Clark County. My mistake, Clark County. I keep on saying Marshall County. Oh, well. But yeah. The cell continues to move to the northeast. Clay City, Noble, you guys are probably getting a little thunder shower down there. But again, it's been trying to extend to the south, and so far it really just hasn't been able to, and which is a good thing. And what I mean by that is trying to have a little something trying to form right there, but it's not severe. It's been doing that for at least a while now, but so far it just has not been able to, which is good. By the way, 74 degrees at the Fairfield Airport. Let's see here. Visibility is perfect. Dew point about 61 degrees. Last update was at 255. Did have some gusty winds earlier, but wind blowing south-southwest about 9 miles per hour. Mount Vernon, 72. A little bit more muggier there. But again, this activity is moving to the northeast. I'll probably shut down the live stream about 5 minutes away from now. Easter, by the way, less than 24 hours away. Good Friday yesterday. I know there's going to be churches having special services. I know our church is doing a sunrise service. We have a church service and breakfast in the morning. You guys are invited, by the way. If you'd like to attend Mill Shoals Missionary Baptist Church. Want to extend an invitation to you while I have a moment. James Murphy, a good buddy's going to be preaching the message for that. So we'll also have it live streamed on our Mill Shoals Baptist Church Facebook page as well. Every year we have the men of the church cook breakfast. And I usually cook the bacon, actually. I'm not sure if I'm doing that this year or not. Okay. The severe thunderstorm warning has been lifted for Jasper County. And that's certainly some good news there. Let's take a look at this. You just see how that wind has just really dissipated. Just actually just see, I mean, just was over here, it was pretty impressive. But then once it got over here into western Clay County, it just dissipated. Now it's just, man, look at that. just it just dissipated once it kept moving to the east northeast. Time is 3:12. But certainly though, still a strong storm up there in Jasper County moving northeast. But not again, not expecting any severe weather for Fairfield or Albany or Mount Carmel. You guys are good. But anyway, this storm continues to move to the northeast. Well, guys, I've been on here for, let me see, how long have I been on here for? About an hour, maybe. Excuse my voice. I try to monitor also the live stream as well here. Been on here for about an hour. Okay, I was trying to find. I was like, I know there's a somewhere where it tells how long I've been streaming for. So, but anyway, the thread's gonna be to our north here. Time is 3:13. So anyway, guys, with all that being said, there's no severe thunderstorm warnings. There was no watch, by the way. I don't know if I told you guys that or not. There was no severe weather watch that was issued for us. However, though, obviously this was the middle of the night. And this was kind of like an isolated act of severe weather. There have been times where, we see a storm like this one where, it produces some severe thunderstorm warnings and even a radar indicated tornado warning for eastern Marion County. However, though, there was no weather watch issued. You do see that from time to time, but you still want to keep an eye on things. You still want to be weather aware. You still always want to be prepared if that situation were to arise. And so let me go ahead here and see. Because I know that unless if there was a watch and I just wasn't aware of it. Okay, there is a severe thunderstorm watch for central Missouri. There was none here for us. So, anyway, just making sure on that. So, okay, let's go ahead and do Around the Horn real quick, and then I'm going to end the live stream. Those of you in Clay County right now, I'm going to highlight Clay County. So, Clay County right here. You guys have a little cluster thunder shower activity. Nothing to be concerned about. The worst of it has gone past you. You also have Richland County. I apologize, my drawing's horrible. Lawrence County, Richland County, you guys may experience some rain, a little thunder shower activity. This continues to move to the east-northeast. You guys should be good there. As for Marion County, which had a little bit of excitement earlier, you guys are good. The worst of it has gone past you. And we got Fairfield, Mount Vernon, Illinois, Albion, Mount Carmel. We got Carmi, McLeansboro. You guys are good. Again, could have some rain during the morning hours, overnight, possibly when it gets here for Saturday. Obviously, we still have. I know that there is a severe weather threat coming up here, and so keep an eye on National Weather Service in Paducah for that. I do know that it was supposed to be before I leave here and get some sleep here. But I do know for Sunday, we are underneath a marginal risk for severe weather. Slight risk over to the west of us, including St. Louis, Sparta, Freeburg, the metro east area of St. Louis. And then you have the moderate risk areas to the northwest of St. Louis. We'll have to keep an eye on Sunday. Saturday for tomorrow, mainly at this point, just a marginal risk for severe weather. But certainly, though, we do have at least a couple of rounds with, again, Sunday with a little bit more, I guess you could say, a little bit more activity possibly than Saturday. But again, always be weather aware. So, guys, thanks very much for tuning in. Thanks for I know it's overnight here, but again, this is when I have an opportunity to do this. We'll try to catch some Z's. Keep it on National Weather Service at Paducah's Facebook page or social media channels. They will keep you informed about this. I'll also keep my eyes to the skies as well. So you guys may see like some radar screenshots and all that. Also, before I wrap it up, Monday, don't think there's any severe weather in the forecast for Monday. At the time I posted it, I knew there wasn't. If there was, I would have just pushed it back. But, April 21st, 2002 was when the F3 tornado tore through Wayne County. And I'm going to be sharing my account of how I survived that tornado. I've told some things I've talked about before in the past, but there's some information and details that I've not really haven't really mentioned. And so I'm going to go a little bit more in depth with it. So that'd be about 7 o'clock Monday evening. So if you're interested in local weather history, and this tornado still within the past, since the year 2000 and on up, it's still the strongest tornado to have moved through Wayne County. And so we'll have some photos. We'll talk about it. We'll go over its track, everything. I know it's almost 23 years ago. Hard to believe. It didn't seem like it. So anyway, guys, sleep well. Get a good night's rest. Think of tacos and margaritas and sweet tea and dolphins, the color green, and I don't know what all. Just think positive thoughts here, and I will see you guys maybe this weekend if the weather threatens. If not, Monday night then. Till then, so long, guys. Thanks for watching, and glad that the threat went to the north of Wayne County. So thinking of our neighbors to the north of us, but again, could have been a lot worse. But you know what, though? It's at least we're to the north in a weekend, so we will certainly take that. So, guys, be safe.